the thing and the overlay too. Oh, whoops, sorry. Okay. There's stuff 3. And scores. Has to be red. This has to be blue. Alright. Alright, so welcome everybody. This is the round of 32 for the ZutaZuta Classic tournament. We have CG Erie spawning as the red Celts in the top right, and we have Musenheim as the blue Babylonians in the bottom left. This is the first game of their best of 3 series, and we can see here that Musenheim is deciding to not go for an early spearman rush, while Erie is most likely, or I would say definitely, is going for a fast barracks because he's foregoing his wood storehouse in favor of getting a barracks earlier. So he only got his hunt storehouse, but he's gonna wait until he has 200 wood and he gets a barracks first, and then he will get a wood storehouse. There he goes. He even gonna put 2 villagers on barracks now. He really likes this early openers with a very super fast barracks. But Musenheim here is still happy gathering some food, no wood whatsoever. I would guess that he could have already gathered enough wood for a ziggurat, but I guess he doesn't have his build order quite down yet. Erie is probably surprised as well. He comes and sees no barracks and no second ox cart, and he should probably be really surprised right now. Okay, now Erie is making a wood storehouse, and let the spearman spam begin. There we go, first spearman in queue. Musenheim is kind of idling his TC right now. Not sure what he's waiting for. He needs to queue up some villagers. Okay, there we go. And now he's gonna make a ziggurat here probably. There we go. So Babylonians are similar to Egyptians in the sense that for going to H2 they need to make a building. Now the difference between Babylonians and the Egyptians here is that once you build this ziggurat, you can research H3 and H4 from it, while Egyptians need to build other temples to go H3 and H4. And now these spearmen for Erie are rallying in, and they're gonna come here, but Musenheim has incredible reaction time. He pulls back his villagers, but this one villager, no, we don't want to lose this. Okay, let's see if Erie tries to attack this ziggurat. He does not. Alright, so Erie is still making more and more spearmen. His H2 is nowhere close, while Musenheim is already in H2, and now what he wants to do here is he wants to make an archery range right away the moment he has 200 wood, but he only has 3 villagers on wood right now, the 4th one going now. What is it? Wait, what? Okay, so he's getting the tree and berry conservation tech, probably because he doesn't want to leave his base for a good time. What this technology does is that it makes villagers have conservation when gathering from berries and trees. So even though this berry bush has 300 food in it, once you research this tech you will have 375 food from each berry patch. And the same thing goes for the trees. Okay, so Musenheim is now getting an ox cart, but I really think that he needs to start thinking about some military production here, because once Erie comes and sees this, oh wow, okay, so I guess I mean, my read from this play is that Musenheim wants to go for a very fast H3, but these spearmen are not gonna allow him to go there, and now he's opening with the barracks. Wow. Okay, so there are a couple of bad decisions here by Musenheim. First was not going for a barracks of his own in H1. I mean, that's fine if you want to do another strategy, that's viable, but he didn't do that either. Now he's making a barracks, but the thing is, Babylonians don't have an anti-infantry unit in their barracks until H4. So you really want to open an archery range here if you go for this strategy. While back home, Erie is already H2, making a dock here, but Musenheim is gonna scout it straight away actually. And now Erie is making a second TC in probably a spot that's like is the perfect location. It has gold, food, covers some stone, and it covers big wood line, and later on if he makes a market here or here or here, he can have a 120 gold caravan route. But these 7 spearmen are right at the edge of the base of Musenheim, and they're just keeping tabs on what he is doing. Yeah, Musenheim really wants to gather some more wood here. I'm not sure what he is doing. He's dropping villagers. This is gonna be rough for him because Erie is gonna have an overwhelming number of units in a couple of minutes. Musenheim has lots of food in bank, but he's not making any villagers. Let me check the chat. Don't Celt Slingers kill bowmen archers fast? They do. They delete them. They two-shot every bowman in the game. Now Erie is basically on 3 TC production, while Musenheim is not making villagers from the 1 TC that he had. Okay, he finally queues up 3 villagers, but I'm afraid it's gonna be a little too late for him. 17 villagers to 29, almost double. And these spearmen, while they're pretty strong, they're not gonna be cost efficient against these spearmen. And I think Erie is actually completely skipping any military units right now. He's only making villagers and fishing boats and going full greed because he knows that Musenheim doesn't have anything right now. These 6 spearmen will probably kill these 8 spearmen of Erie, but it's still gonna be good for Erie. Back in home, Erie has 2 barracks, 1 archery range, getting all the upgrades, making villagers non-stop, 35 villagers to 20. Musenheim really needs to start making some gardens and stop making spearmen. I'm not sure why he's making spearmen, because Celts don't have any cavalry units before H3. And yeah, every hit you take here is going to be a free hit for the Celt player. So nothing really much to tell here. It's just a case of inexperience versus a lot of experience, because Erie is a very experienced player, one of the PvP veterans, while I think Musenheim is quite new to this. Sorry. Let me mute this. Okay, back in the game. So Erie can now probably just push in the base of Musenheim. Yeah, these towers aren't gonna do much to defend. As you can see, Erie has 3 times the population of Musenheim here. And this is already over, I would say. Yeah, this 1 tower isn't gonna do much. Musenheim finally managed to get an archery range, but I'm afraid it's all but too late. Even though these archers just got buffed in the patch that was released 1 hour ago, and they have now 18 range. They used to have 15 range. Here he's spending his resources nicely, getting a second dock, making lots of fishing boats, lots of units. And once he has a couple of druids in this army, he can just sit under the TC fire and just kill Musenheim. There he is. The druid is gonna heal all of this tower's damage, give Eerie a lot of sustain. Just sit here, tank tower shots, and just kill Musenheim. You see 100 population, 20. Yeah, there's nothing much to tell, honestly. Even making 2 forward barracks here. H3 and all that. Rip Druid. Okay, so now these slingers who are injured are not getting healed, but he needs to fix his rally points. Yeah, okay. Eerie bringing in some villagers to help produce this these forward barracks while he's going H3. I assume that once these villagers are done building these barracks and Eerie hits H3, they're going to make a fortress right here just to put a final nail in the coffin for Musenheim. Now Musenheim has some lancers, but this army is just way too strong. He's actually very smartly focus firing the druid here, and that's some nice micro by him, but it's just that there are way too many units for Eerie at this point. That no unit that he makes right now is going to do anything for him. There it is, GG. So really not much to tell about this game. Oh, they forgot to whisper me their civs. Oh man. Okay, well, I guess that's fine for now. Alright guys, I need to go AFK for 1 minute. I'll be back in a minute. So enjoy the music and I'll be back very soon. Alright guys, sorry about that. Let's go. Oops. Let me update the score too. Next map is gonna be equal footing. There we go. Okay. So we have Musenheim as the Blue Greeks and the bottom side of equal footing, and we have CG Erie as the Red Babylonians, yet again going for that early barracks. Erie loves his early barracks, guys. Okay, one thing to talk about here is that I don't think there's any reason to kill Huntables as Babylon, because your Ox Guard moves with your villagers, and this is just a waste of scout time if you just spend the time for your scout to just kill those Huntables, because it doesn't matter if they move. Your Ox Guard is gonna be with the villagers wherever they go. The only trick with that is that you have to select all of the villagers and right click one of the animals, and then they will just follow the next huntable together. And now Erie has his barracks up already, 1 minute to the game, but he messed up his build a little bit. He doesn't have enough food for a spearman, but even when he did, he decided to sacrifice villager train time in order to get a spearman out faster. That's interesting. Okay, so Musenheim is doing the same exact mistake as last game, and that is not gathering enough wood early on. As you can see, he has a lot of food in the bank, but not enough wood. He should have had barracks started at least by now. But now this is the first spearman coming in, and this is going to be a really tough hold for Musenheim, because as we all saw, Erie is not going to relent with his early aggression anytime soon. And what is this storehouse? Alright, okay, let's forget that the storehouse happened. Now Musenheim is gonna come here and see that Erie has already a house built in H1. That tells him that the aggression by Erie is gonna be pretty significant. Well, actually it's not gonna happen, because Erie doesn't gather any any gold, and Babylonian spearmen are 35 gold each, so you can only make 4 of them before having to start gathering gold. But Erie is using his 4 spearmen very wisely, harassing non-stop, even sniping one villager. I think he's gonna kill at least another one. Musenheim is fighting the spearmen with all of his villagers, and that's not the best decision he could have made here. Oh my god, he lost 3 villagers already. But I guess he killed 3 spearmen, so that's at least something. But now he needs to start making some villagers again and redistribute his villagers. This is not looking very good for Musenheim now. And now Erie is getting his ziggurat for H2, and he's gonna be even more ahead once he hits H2. Musenheim's queue is completely empty. He is gathering gold with 2 villagers right now, which is absolutely unnecessary. What is he doing? He's looking at his scout, but he's not making anything right now. He needs to queue up some units. Anything is better than nothing. Wow, I think he is waiting for H2. Yeah. Please, okay, alright. So, let me talk about a couple of changes in the recent PvP patch while we have time. One of the big changes was the change to wild aggressive animals like the crocodiles here. We thought that they're sometimes too big of a hindrance to the aggressive players, especially the bigger ones like lions and bears. So they're now a little weaker than they used to be in PvP. Like this crocodile here now has 12 DPS, while in the patch before this it used to have 15 DPS. Now Musenheim is gathering stone with 8 stone gatherers here, while actually having no villagers on gold. And now he's queuing up some pacifist, but no villagers whatsoever. So I'm guessing this is just some inexperienced in macro, because he does know what to do, but he's just not efficient enough at doing it right now. This is a really cool looking pacifist actually. Look at that. Carthaginian shield, helmet and sword. This is a very cool looking pacifist here. Back in Erie's base, he's making his gardens. He has his archery range built. He has his barracks up as well already. I'm not sure if he wants to make spearmen at this point. If I were him, I would have just queued up some shield bearers to tank the TC fire and just go in. Erie is wisely keeping in the spearmen here to check if Musenheim is gonna gather anything from here. This is actually a really good spot for town center right here. It covers hunts, berries, stone, gold, and wood. Now Musenheim has a decent sized force of infantry. Let's see if he decides to push out and secure this place. But Erie really has all the map to himself right now, and if you can see his vision, he just has a couple of units on the key resource spots just outside the base of Musenheim, so he will always know whenever Musenheim decides to move out of his base. Yeah, we did nerf crocs actually. Crocs, bears, lions, and lynx, and rhinos as well. Poor crocodile, he just got wrecked there. Okay, so Erie is now making some shield bearers. Shield bearers are like a more specialized version of Sparabara. They're better at tanking pierce damage, but they're worse at everything else compared to Sparabara. And now Erie is just gonna rally in, and I'm not sure why he's backing off. He can just go in and right click on the villagers of Musenheim, and these shield bearers will never die to the TC fire. Now Musenheim is trying to get a second TC up, but this army's DPS is low, but I don't think it's low enough to be cancelled out by these villagers building. Oh no, is this TC gonna go up? I think it's gonna go up, but it's gonna be very close, and Musenheim actually does have enough resources to repair it. If he right click on it right away, come on, right click, right click, right click. Oh, there he goes, he's now repairing actually. He has 80 wood left to repair this town center, but once that runs out, it's gonna be really bad for him. But he's actually holding it with double CC fire, and Erie cannot stay here. Or can he? I don't know, this is actually pretty funny. These shield bearers are so tanky against the TC fire, and now Erie is gonna stand here and eat all the double TC shots while still rallying in. And Musenheim has nothing right now. He doesn't have enough food. He only has 14 villagers alive, 13 now. And once these villagers die, it's gonna be all but over for him, because he doesn't have enough food to gather. I mean, to make more villagers to keep producing stuff. Oh, this was a pretty funny moment right here with the TC, but I think this is over for Musenheim. He had a rough start in both games, and Erie had incredibly fast aggression early on, and from then on it just snowballed out of control for Erie. Yeah, Erie is not even gathering stone, he just wants to do this H2 aggression, and there's the GG by Musenheim. Yeah, he says early pressure too real. So there we go. 2-0 for Erie. This is already over. Now we can have the rematch between Anxiety and Erie. Alright. I mean, there's really nothing to analyze about these two matches, so I'm just gonna leave this game and go to my city. But the next game is gonna be pretty good.